Y'all, I'm here. Let me know where you're coming from when you sign in. Oh, trying to get situated here. I thought I had everything set up, but I did not. So we're getting everything situated right now. As you can see, we are doing some patriotic themes as we celebrate Memorial Day on Monday. And for those of you not from the States, I can explain what Memorial Day is. Get this set up over here. I'm gonna get my gloves on. Whew, goodness. I know it's been a while since we did a stream, but we're back. And I poured this ahead of time. Catch my breath while y'all get here. All right. Let me get some handy dandy wipes out. And y'all, while we're waiting on everyone to get here, I'll show you something I made a while back that I still have. I kept for myself. But it is a memorial, a celebration of our military. And Monday we celebrate, or not really celebrate. It's hard to call it a celebration, isn't it? When we remember our men and women who paid the ultimate price for our freedoms. I call them our Gold Star families. Push these back down in here. This is not as cured as I wanted it to be, y'all. But it's enough for me to teach you the lesson that we're trying to teach here. May not be a lot of people here now because something I didn't test, y'all. Look at that. I did not test these beads when I got them, and you can see they're bleeders. They're gonna bleed. That means that red color on these beads is gonna fade into my resin. Usually I test these, and I tell y'all all the time you hear me talk about it. Test it in a bookmark or a small little piece to see if the dyes are going to bleed. And this one is bleeding. You see it leaking there. Anyway, happy Friday. Let me know you're here and where you're coming in from. I'm working on a couple things. So we're doing the patriotic stuff, and I want to talk about 3D and how you build that process. Get rid of some of these bubbles that are hanging out here. I want the stick on this mold. Virginia, how's the weather over there? Glad you're here. You know what? I'm just going to hit this with my heat gun real quick. Yep, blue's bleeding too. Alright, y'all. I'll blow that over the edge. Chili. You know what? It's funny. I'm in Colorado. So we know we were in, gosh, what? We were in the 20s day before yesterday, and now we're back up to 70. It's really crazy. We call it bipolar weather out here that we have. My son, when he graduated the end of May, we had a blizzard. So you never know what you're going to get. It's funny. Glad you're here. But anyway, let's talk about 3D and layering a design in. First things first, I talked about, you see how this is bleeding. Little red's fading off, and I have some blue fading off now. I just got these beads in. Where did I put my extras? I don't even know where I put the extras at. I cut them off because I got some little beads for Memorial Day, and I'm just going to use them for some of our 250th birthday celebration. Make some things for that too with it. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Bipolar weather all across the country. Even my daughter down in Mississippi, they got a cold little snap down there too. It's crazy. It's a wild year. We'll see what hurricane season brings. Not that it'll affect us in Colorado, but I have a lot of family on the coast and in Florida. But back to what we're talking about. I want to talk about building layers. And I was hoping this was going to be a lot more set than what it is. So this is kind of going to be a throwaway because I want to teach y'all the steps and the process of doing it. Even though this is not going to be the end effect that I want, I will make another one that is the end effect and give you an example of what it looks like. But you pour a layer of clear, you insert your items into your piece like I have, however you want. And remember, because these are going to end up the raised, like you see, I just took my glove in there. That's a little soldier with wings on for one of my Gold Star moms. I'm making this for her. Get that hair out of there. But you see how the lip is there. So when you're placing your items, make sure you put them face down because they're going to be looking up here when you flip it over. So keep that in mind when you insert your items. Double check yourself and make sure that they're face down and arranged the way you want them. I put a thin layer of resin in, put my pieces in, and I let that sit 45 minutes to an hour so the resin has a chance to set up and cure some and grip the items that I'm putting in. So that's going to keep them in place so they're not going to float up later when I add another layer. So we have a layer of clear. And what I wanted to do was put some, I'm going to use some of this little very thin laser glitter. And I know this is probably going to seek, but that's all right. So I'm just going to put some of this thin glitter around my edge. Like that, okay? And I can move it around like so. So we have like a little starburst of glitter. Now, if this had been cured longer, like I had hoped, we would see the glitter behind our pieces. So that background layer, I can build a layer of glitter, and we could use our laser cut chunkier glitters for that too. but you want to like give it a step away from your pieces. So pour a thin layer of clear, put your pieces down, let that set up for a couple hours. Then you come back, add a glitter layer that's not going to sink down to the front and underneath your pieces. It's going to remain at the top behind it. So it's your background, right? And then once that layer has dried, you can come back and put a white background. I'm planning on using, well, this is great. You see this white with the shimmer in it. I can put that white background on this. So we have that solid back with our pieces standing off of that to give it that 3D effect. That's how you get the 3D effect. And I don't know if y'all have seen or you remember my Patriotic bookcase ends that I did, the book ends. And I'll add a picture. Where can I add a picture? I'll do a short and I'll show you that bookend so you can see what I'm talking about. But when I made that bookend, I had my American flag, I had my gold soldier because I did it for a Gold Star family, and I think I even had, I know I had a cross, and I might have put a dog tag in that as well. When I do stuff for Gold Star families, I like using these these dog tags. And then I use my handheld printer and I put Gone But Not Forgotten and a little cross on there. And I put the gold tags in my hand piece with the cross. So we can remember our military who sacrificed everything for us. I'm a very huge military proponent, and I love to honor our military. I have a long line of family that are military. My dad, my grandparents, my uncles, my cousins kids. I mean, it just goes on. My man is retired Air Force, so very big into military. I love to honor our military. And I also have some gold glitter. So we'll add gold to this one with our stars. And that will be our background for this red, silver, and blue star coaster that we have here. And I'm just tapping this, and I'm just using the little sprinkle hole part. And I'll link all this stuff for you guys in the description after I finish this video. So we're going to have that gold background for this. And maybe I'll even put some gold here too. We'll add some around the edge of this one as well. And maybe we won't put the blue in the middle, but we'll put some gold. So we added some of our gold holographic glitter. That's going to be a highlight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these set up even more and finish curing, probably set another 2 or 3 hours. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to use this white shimmer background and put on this. I could also use some blue paste, some white paste. I have some red paste, and I can make red, white, and blue. I can marble it. It just depends on what kind of effect you want to have. I think I'm going to stick with the white shimmer background that I showed you that my angel soldier's on for one. And maybe I'll do a blue background for this one with the red on it. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll use the blue paste, which this is from Teaksburg, y'all. And I have my white ocean from Let's Resin. Um, and this is an orange red from Let's Resin as well. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a white shimmer on this one, and I'll do the blue paste on this one. And what you're going to see is because of the background, these things are really going to pop and stand out. And because there's a separation between them, that's how you create 3D look. Now, I also, move this out of the way. We talked about our geodes too. Remember that? We made this beautiful geode with the blues and the purples and the greens. I think that was the last live that we did. And I apologize. I'm sorry that it's been a few weeks since we did a live. I have been struggling health-wise. Y'all know I'm on oxygen 24/7. And these weird cold snaps that we've been having and the trees blooming and all that is really taking a toll on me physically. So that's why I haven't been here in a few weeks. But we're back. And I meant to say this at the beginning. There's a hype button now, apparently, on our videos. If you see a button or a word that says hype, click that, please. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps other people find our videos, from what I understand. Y'all know I'm not a big YouTuber, whatever. But apparently, clicking that hype button gets it out to more people so they can see it and find us and find the answers to their resin questions that they've been looking for, or for beginners who may be struggling. But I told y'all when we made this cluster, we could put it on here on a little coaster, and people can store rings on it, put it in their bathroom, put it by their kitchen, put their rings, their jewelry, whatever they want to do. Put keys on this for a little keychain, whatever you want to use it for. Bracelets, necklaces, whatever. But I thought this was super cute, so I added this, and this is what I was telling y'all. You can just add one of these geodes to a coaster and create something different that stands out from everybody else. Thank you so much. I have long COVID, so I have been on oxygen now since 2020. And I say it's better than the alternative. I'm still here. I can still share videos and spend time with my family and my granddaughter. So, but I appreciate the prayers. It means a lot. We definitely need a lot more prayer around us, don't we? But those are the things that I'm working on now. I'm going to be doing things to prepare for our huge July 4th this year. We have that big celebration. So I have been stocking up on items for that, including my little eagle heads. I have red, white, and blue stars and flags, and my 2026 little pieces. Let me show you. I have them in silver and gold. And I have more of my military little stickers I got, which I'll put links for all the stuff in the description. So if you want to grab some for yourself, this is a great way to celebrate, because this is a huge milestone. So these are items you can start preparing now if you're wanting to sell these, or you have craft shows, or you want to make something special for a friend or a child, or maybe somebody who graduated. Isn't it cool for our graduates to graduate on our 250th year? Wow, that's a huge celebration. A lot of fun. But there's so many different things that we can do. So stock up now and start playing around. Get some ideas of what you want to do. Like I said, one thing I always do, I like celebrating our Gold Star families. And I take the praying hands. I know y'all have seen them. The mold design is not great because there's not a lot of room between the palm and the back of the hand. There's not a lot of space there at all. They really didn't think that out. But so what I do is I take the American flag, put it in the hands, and I put a gold cross, and I'll make these dog tags and I'll let my piece cure, and then I hook the dog tag on a finger and let it lay in the palm of a hand for my Gold Star families. That has on it Gone But Not Forgotten. Um, that's very, very huge to me. I told you guys I'm a very big proponent of our military and celebrating them all the time, not just on Memorial Day. We really need to be thankful and remember them and honor them and pray for them all year. We need to pray. Look at that. Y'all, it's bleeding. For our leaders too. But let's talk about this bleeding because I really messed up. Usually I'll take a little, well, I don't think I have one over here, but just a bookmark, just a rectangular uh, bookmark. And I do it for all my flags that I use for my praying hands. Anytime I get a new batch of flags in, I'll cut, in fact, I have one here. I cut the flag off, but I'll take like a strip like this and I'll put it in the bookmark and I'll test to see if it's going to fade or bleed into my resin like the red is doing here, and the blue's doing a little bit over here too. And you can see the blue is fading off these beads. Now, here's how you stop that. If it bleeds, you can take an acrylic spray, and I'll link that too. I've shown y'all before what I use. It is an acrylic sealant, and I spray it over my alcohol ink pieces that I do and make the abstract art with, and it helps prevent fading. This spray will also lock this in. Here's another top secret thing a lot of people don't realize, and I do this with my jewelry too. Take clear fingernail polish, and you can brush it over these beads and use a little handheld UV light to cure it. So get some UV clear polish, and you can paint and seal that way too. So that's another idea. You can use Mod Podge. Those are also great sealants. But take this lesson that I learned and I messed up on because I did not take the time to do it, and test anything that's dyed. Silk flowers. I have some of those hiding right here too. And I did test these. I went underneath the bottom on a piece you're not going to see in a resin project, and I snipped some fabric off and I put it in a bookmark, and every color that's in this you need to test to make sure it doesn't leak out or fade or bleed into your resin, because you want to learn it in a bookmark part and not in a big resin project. So there's your pro tip for today. But that's really what we have for this one. And if you're part of the rewatch crew, just put hashtag rewatch in comments. That lets me know that people are watching after the live too. I appreciate that. But that's all we have, y'all, for this one. I will let this set up longer. Remember, we're going to do the white shimmer background on this one, and we're going to do a blue paste on this one with the star beads. But do y'all have any resin questions for me? Oh, that's not all, because I'm going to give away some memberships. I forgot that. My bad. Let me get to doing that part. Okay. Woo! There we go. Are y'all ready? We're gonna do 5. Here they come. If you got a membership, we're happy to have you. Woohoo! Welcome aboard. Love it. All right, y'all. If you want to know anything about the memberships, just click join in that. And I think it's like $5 a month. Really helps the channel, helps me out because I'm not sponsored. I don't have anybody. I pay for all this out of my pocket. Um, I love doing this for you guys. And thank you so much for my members who already support me. I really, really appreciate it. It helps so much. And I have something coming. I can't wait to show you guys. It is a brand new jewelry kit. Less Resin just released. I have one ordered because it looks like a lot of fun. There's so many different things we can do with it. But we're going to go over that next week. I wanted to make sure that I hit this for Memorial Day because I wanted to show you some patriotic things that you can do, not just for Memorial Day, but for our huge 250th coming up in July. Go ahead and start planning your stuff out. Make some beautiful gifts. Have some fun. But, y'all, that's all I have for this one. Make sure you do all the YouTubey things. Give this a thumbs up. Like it if you haven't already. Go click that thumb. And subscribe if you haven't. It doesn't cost you anything. Those are free. And it helps other people find us and find the answers that maybe they have been looking for. Anyway, y'all, that's all I have for this one. I hope you have a wonderful weekend with your family. Again, a huge shout out to all of our military, especially our Gold Star families during this weekend who will have an empty table and be missing someone because they paid the ultimate price so that we can maintain our freedoms. Godspeed. Until next time, y'all. Happy arting. Ta-ta for now.